Hey everyone, so I am doing some late night recording and I was editing before, so I'm like, you know what? Why don't I do another portrait retouch? I love doing them. This is going to be a two-part tutorial. So I have the first part, which is what you're watching now. It's going to be retouching and coloring, and then we're going to go and we're going to add a really cool textured color vibe going on. I know that's like the worst explanation ever. It's like a soap opera. You just have to keep watching to find out what's going to happen after this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I applied my frequency separation action. And if you don't know what this is, I have a lot of videos on this. I also have this action on my website, so you can download it for free. You don't have to do all these steps. So this is what I'm doing to retouch. And I guess I could just talk you through just a little process. Really, it's just a lot of clicking, clickety click click. I mean, you just sample and click. I have a lot of videos on this, but I don't know, maybe you guys like to see how I do it. And a lot of people were telling me there's other ways to retouch. Of course there are other ways to retouch, that goes without saying, but that there are ways to retouch that are better than frequency separation. And I'm sure there are, but I suck at all of them. So I'm just going to stick with this technique for now. I'm not one to dodge and burn right now. I mean, that really requires, you have to have a lot of patience, and I can't do it, you guys. So for now, frequency separation works for me. So long as you're not like over editing things, I think you'll be okay. Like, why is my computer being so slow and dramatic? Like, you're supposed to have 16 RAM. Come on. Stop acting up right now, just because you're on camera. For instance, you want to keep some of these lines. You don't want to merge them all together. You still want it to look, again, natural. So you want to keep those highlights where they are. You don't want to merge all the colors together. That's something, again, you don't want to do. And I think this is looking pretty good. Sometimes what I do, I've actually started to do this, I will lower the opacity of the entire layer just so it's a little bit more natural looking, like it's not too retouched. So it's just like it's retouched, but you still look good. You can go out like this. So let me show you the before and after. This is before and that's after. Again, it's very subtle, and now we are going to go into the coloring of this image. Okay, so we are going to start adding adjustment layers and making this image a little prettier, adding some nice adjustment layers on there. And luckily for you guys, I have everything written down. I'm more prepared for this than I was in school, like all 4 years of school, high school and college. So yeah, my teachers would really hate me right now if they saw this. One thing I'm going to do actually to begin is bust out the curves layer, because that is my favorite layer. If you don't know about the curves layer, it's kind of like Drake, the rapper. You gotta know about it now. It's mainstream now. So go ahead and open up your curves layer. By the way, hopefully like that reference will still like be relevant a couple years from now, and people are not watching this video and are like, oh my god, who the hell is Drake? So the first thing that we're going to do again is open the curves layer. Go to layer, new adjustment layer, and then curves. And sorry, I keep moving everything. So the first thing that you want to do is go to reds. And this layer strictly is for just toning this image. I want to add very slight colors. I'm not going to do anything too crazy yet. So, I mean, literally this is it. Like, voila, look at this. Beautiful masterpiece. Like, that's all I did. I just took that down just a tiny bit. And then go to green. And we're bringing this guy down here. And I hate trying to match up stuff that I wrote down. It's like really obnoxious because you can never get it right. These are very, very slight little baby. It's like a newborn child trying to walk, like, you know, like little baby things, edits and stuff like that. So look at this, extremely subtle. Last thing, go to blue. And we're doing, again, very subtle. Damn, this is annoying. Okay, sorry. I love how I'm saying this during my tutorial, right? You guys, it's a good learning process. It's annoying because you have to get each little point exactly so that I can show you guys exactly what I got for my final image. I want it to be the same. So I'm not hating on my own tutorial, if that's what you think. Okay, I think this is looking pretty good. Look at that very subtle change. Hopefully this, wait, hold on. No, I lied. Hold on, let me bring this. Okay. I think this looks pretty good. You know, that's okay. This works great for now. Again, these are very, very subtle changes. You could start out with a curves layer just to color correct, or again, to add toning. That's a good idea. Second thing you want to do is go to layer, new adjustment layer, and then gradient map. And I love gradient map so much. I would let it take me to prom. It's just beautiful. It's wonderful. You could just do so much with gradient map. And I know it looks really funky right now, but what you want to do is go and on this little pinwheel thing right here, pinwheel thing, you can go to metals, and there's actually a lot more gradients that you can use, but I'm using the gold set, and it comes in, again, that metals set when you click on this little thing. So if you select metals and then append, it should come up. But in any case, here are all the colors here, and I'm going to press OK. I'm going to go from normal to overlay. My opacity is dropping down to 10%, or okay, 11. And then my fill, I'm going to put it to 63. Okay, whatever, 61 is fine. Look at that. You guys are probably like, wow, that didn't do anything. It's all about adding small layers, and then each layer does something, and it just all comes together, so don't worry. Next layer is going to be the curves layer once more. And we want to use the RGB layer for this one, you guys. Just adding a little bit more contrast here. We're going to brighten this image up a little. That looks pretty good. And I'm going to lower this to 81% or 84%. I can't get it on the dot, so I'm like, whatever. It's a losing battle. We're going to go back to gradient map. So layer, new adjustment layer, and then gradient map. And I have another gradient that I'm going to use, and that is the blackish brown to blue one. Again, it can be found in the metals by going right here. It should be metals. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And then what I'm going to do is go from normal to soft light. And I'm going to lower the opacity to 51, and the fill is going to be 74%. So that's how that one, I really, really like how this added in that nice tone to this image. And then we're going to go to layer, new adjustment layer, black and white. And you want to make sure you click this little tint. Whoa, calm down, Photoshop. Okay, here we go. So you want to make sure that the tint button is checked off, and then I'm going to lower the reds to 94%. And as you can see, when you lower reds, it's actually bringing back a lot of that detail, which is what I want. But we are going to change this layer to soft light, and then lower the opacity to about 40%. And then the fill will do 50%. So it's just adding those gold, yellow tones back into the picture. And then we're going to go to layer, new adjustment layer, levels. And we're going to start on red. So you want to drop this down, go to red. And then it's 1.05 to begin because I'm too lazy to slide this over. And this is going to be 201. And then we're going to go to green. And it's going to be 5. Honestly, you guys, I just played with this for like 20 hours and these are the results that I got. So don't think this is like I'm doing math here. Because it's, no, I just was like experimenting and bringing these back and forth. And then the next one is going to be blue. You guys, I know it looks horrible. Just give me a second. It's going to look normal. The last one is blue, and I'm adding in those last numbers. I'll show you what I'm doing in just a second. This will make sense. 27, and then we have 240. Now, what I'm doing now is going from normal to luminosity. And all of these layers, those really bold colors kind of added into that texture. See how it brought back that texture? That's exactly what I wanted. Like the more exaggerated the colors were, the more texture that it brought back into the photo, which is what I wanted. So what I would do if I were you guys, I would just go into levels and play with each thing and then set it to luminosity. You can get like really good results by experimenting. So this is actually the final version of this photo with all of those layers. This is before and this is after. Love, love, love how this looks. It is pretty clean editing. It's you know, it's nice. It's still plain. You're not adding any crazy colors in there. You could lower the opacity for the entire layer, and I grouped this by selecting all of the layers and then pressing Command G, by the way, for anyone wondering. And then I lower the entire grouped folder. So this is the edit. Stay tuned for the next step. We're adding a nice texture to this image. You're gonna love it. So stay tuned for part 2 of this series. I really hope you guys like it. Before we wrap this up, I want to show you guys complete before and after. So this is before. This is with retouching, and this is with editing. So let me know what you guys think about this, and watch out for part 2. Thank you guys so much for watching.